Of course, if you want to know more about what I do and what I teach, reach out to me. We could talk about that. So really quick, I don't like to go too much into about me because it doesn't matter so much because I'm here in the now. And so let me get grounded a little bit. I'm here in the now, and so it doesn't really matter where I came from. It just matters what my intentions are here in the moment. But I have been in the crypto market since late 2016. I thought I was a genius. I just kept buying, and all through 2017 just kept going up. So I started traveling the world. I went to Asia, quit my job, all of it, because I'm like, I'm gonna be rich forever, just I'm the best. I was born to trade, I just kept buying. And then the crash in December of 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2020, I lost most of my money, and I lost all of it, and then another 40 grand US on top of that of what I call my market tuition. So I never went to college, never will go to college. I think most school is a scam and has been created to create industries. So anyway, I fell in love with crypto though. Going through all those market cycles, the reason why I was so addicted to crypto is because I think that this world has been held back in the past in two ways. And that has been withholding and controlling information and withholding and controlling the money. The internet being released was freedom of information, or a lot of it, right? Or at least being able to connect and share ideas and information around the world. So crypto is freedom of money. Crypto is Bitcoin being the first, of course. We don't have to rely on other humans. And I love you all and I love me, but history has shown that relying on humans 100% of the time doesn't always work out the best. So with crypto, with blockchain, it's trustless. We do not have to rely on other people. We can rely on code. And in some situations, we can rely on AI that's way smarter than any one of us humans. So I love it. I believe that blockchain, crypto, all that, it represents financial freedom, but not in the way of, I have tons of money, but in the way of I am no longer controlled by taxes, by industry, by this, by that, by these things that have been created to keep people in a place of scarcity. I believe that all money that comes from countries, currencies, are based in scarcity. If you just think about it, what is debt? Most countries run off of debt. It's like a bragging thing. How much debt does each country have? You can look online. I'm from the USA, right? And there's a debt calendar or debt thing that it's always moving. It's debt counter for the US. You can always look it up. So that is empty. That is air. Okay, that is nothing. So like Andrew was saying earlier when he was mentioning, where does the US dollar get the value from? It's an idea, okay? So this idea, though, of US dollar or any other currency was created by people. And although blockchain, well, I don't know. I think it might have been created by people. Probably not just people, though. Maybe people from other places as well. We don't have to rely on people. Whereas we have to rely on Federal Reserves. We have to rely on taxes. We have to rely on all that to deal with these old currencies. So freedom. So that's what crypto represents to me. Now, just because crypto is freedom energetically, doesn't mean that we're automatically all going to be rich by just putting our money into it, right? So, anybody down in their crypto portfolio the last couple weeks, months? I am. Yeah, way down. Yeah. So, what I want to talk about is building wealth. Wealth that, so I actually believe that when it comes to financial freedoms, any freedom, there are levels to it. Okay, so every level that you go up to or increase or expand to, you unlock higher levels. That's abundance. It would be so boring if we just upgraded and just stayed the same all the time, right? So lucky for us, we can consistently expand for eternity if we choose. So I wanted to break down what I'm speaking about into two. Thank you for the water. I don't know whose this is, but I'm going to drink it. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. So I think that it's really important when I talk about, I teach people how to make money. And initially I thought that it was, so I got really good trading because I got addicted to it. I started trading Forex, got consistent. So I've made a lot of money, lost a lot of money, but made way more than I've lost for sure. And I teach people how to do that. And I thought that initially all I had to do was teach the patterns and the techniques that I can recognize in the markets. Boy, was I wrong. Actually, 80 to 90% of consistency in our finances and wealth, abundance, it is our mindset. Probably would say 95% of it. So it doesn't matter if you have the best technique or you know the best cryptocurrency to invest in and it's going to just make you tons of money. If you don't have an abundant mindset, you're going to find, from experience, you're going to find a way to mess it up easily, every time. Okay, so the key here is to make it to where abundance, wealth, winning, it's all just part of our being. Just like some of us have hair, all of us have skin, I think, right? So just like that's part of who we are. When we make wealth and abundance also the same part of who we are, it's something that we're going to experience on autopilot. Okay, so I want to go through the steps of actually starting to program. I can't give you everything. I wish I could. I would love to just transfer all my knowledge to you guys, but the first thing is realizing that all things in our life flow from our spiritual beliefs. Okay, spirituality is just the secret science. Okay, it's just people put the name spirituality to things that forces energy, vibes that are unseen. All right, the more that we expand our consciousness, the more these things become apparent. They are seen. It's just part of who we are. Right, every one of us, I think, here at one point or another has experienced how we can manifest things into our life. Right, maybe when you really, really needed it, something just popped up, or maybe you were focusing on something for a month or two and it manifested into your life, right? People call manifestation spirituality. I think that it's a science. It's just forces that we can't really see. Okay. First things first, I think that I'm just going to put it plainly. I used to practice Hinduism. I used to practice what's called bhakti, or the Hare Krishnas, right? I was chanting thousands of rounds for years and years and years. I was chanting on beats. And what I come to find out is that was limiting me. The end goal of that is moksha, or enlightenment, or nirvana. And if we are making that our main focus, enlightenment, moksha, nirvana, what is that? That is just becoming one with the all. That's just basically realizing that we are all connected, right? That we're all one. That's limiting, because the idea behind that is that when we die or when we reach enlightenment, we're just going to become part of God. The way that I see things is God, or the universe, or source, or creator, is an apple tree. We are all apples. So most apples will fall from the tree, get absorbed into the ground, and fuel the tree to create new apples. That's 99% of people. Some people, though, some apples will fall from the tree, they'll roll far enough away, they'll take root, and they'll start to grow into their own tree. Okay. This is how I believe that the chance, the opportunity that we all have. If you are conscious, if you know you're a person, or you know you're a spirit, you can consciously think about consciousness, you have an opportunity to expand to become your own apple tree. Okay? It's not easy, all right? But the reason why I'm mentioning this, it's so important when it comes to money, because if we think that when we die, it's over, or if we think that when we reach enlightenment, that's it, that's the end, we're going to limit ourselves in every other aspect of our lives. Money, relationships, all of it. I think all things bleed from our spiritual beliefs. I'm not going to say bleed, I'm going to say flow. Flow is a lot better. Whew, let me take a breath. Everyone sit with that for 1 second while I take this drink. I'm not claiming to know it all, by the way. But what I am claiming is that I'm learning every single day. Expanding every single day. Okay, so coming back to money, when you spiritually know that you have the opportunity to consistently expand forever, should you choose, which is awesome, right? Why would a tree want to stop its growth? Hey, I'm a tree. Once I get to 30 feet high, or 30 meters high, I'm gonna stop growing. No, trees want to grow forever. That's us. We can consistently grow and expand. When we have that as part of our being, our knowledge that I have this opportunity to expand forever, then our relationships have the opportunity to expand forever. Our money has the opportunity to expand forever. Our experiences, right? All of it. So if you ever have questions about that, or where to go with that knowledge, just hit me up. I can send some books to... There's actually one book literally called The Secret Science by John Baines. Heavily recommend it. Check it out. Okay, so let's come back, though. Let's bring it back to money, because that's what we're here. That's what we're talking about. So once you have these strong spiritual beliefs of, I know I have the chance to expand forever, then it's important to start to change our our habits, our thought patterns around money. Okay, our mind is like, this world is a video game, if you guys haven't realized yet. It's a very, very intelligent, very powerful AI system, and our mind is the controller, okay? Our thoughts, the things that we believe about ourselves, the things that we believe about the world, are what create our experience. Every single one of us has a obviously individual experience. When it comes to money, one of the biggest things that I teach people, those that I coach, is paying very, very close attention, consciousness around every single time you either receive money or you put money out. Whether you're buying a sandwich, whether you're buying, by the way, Leafs, oh my gosh, they don't pay me, but if you guys haven't been to Leafs yet, their tacos, oh, they're the best. It's the little green bus on the main road. I don't know why I'm thinking of those. We're going to Leafs later, man. Anyway, every time you buy a taco, every time you pay your phone bill, you pay your internet bill, you pay rent, pay very, very, very close attention to your little subtle reaction, okay? When I used to pay my cell phone bill, I have a company in the US, I have the most expensive phone company called Verizon. And no matter how much money I had in my bank account, I would still have resistance with paying it. My phone bill would be 2-3 weeks late. I have a $300 phone bill, and I might have 10 grand in my bank, but I still wouldn't pay it because I was like, oh, dude, that's so much money for a phone bill. And what I was doing, we talk about manifestation, we get out of the world what we put into it. When this bill came up, when it was time for me to put money out, my vibration was, I am not going to let this money go out. Think of that as breath. Money is energy, water is energy, air is energy, the breath is energy. When you have a breath, do you breathe in and hold on to it? Nope, not gonna let it go. My breath. Nope, not gonna let it go. Oh, passed out, right? No, money is the same thing. So how I started to shift my mind and how I started to expand and bring more abundance in my life is I started to shift the ideas of how I looked at money going out or coming in. So now when I look at my phone bill, it's actually on auto pay. I don't even think about it. I don't know when I pay bills, to be honest. They just come out of my account. I realize I have a supercomputer in my pocket. I can connect with anyone around the world at any moment. I can share any idea. I can research anything. I'm literally a cyborg because of this little box in my pocket. Wow. Verizon, $300. Actually, hey, can I pay triple, please? Like, I'm getting way more out of this phone than what I'm paying for it. See the difference in vibration of, oh, shit, I got another phone bill. So when what's up, Devin? Good to see you, bro. Your hair looks good. When I put that vibration out, oh wow, I'm so grateful that I get to trade this money, this tool, for something that is giving me way more valuable. Obviously, whatever you're spending your money on is going to give you way more value than the money itself, or else you wouldn't trade the money for it, right? Simple as that. So when I overstand and I realize that if we get out of the world we put into it, and my vibration is, thank you so much, universe, that I have this thing that I could trade this money for, I am going to experience more experiences of thank you, universe, that I get to spend this money for this other thing, right? So in a way, it's when we're putting money out, we're going to jumpstart. What has to happen for us to be grateful to put money out? Well, money has to come in for us to put it out. So when we jumpstart the gratitude for the money going out, we're going to experience the flow of it coming back. Okay? So let me put it really simply. Pay close attention, very close attention. Every time you pull your card out, every time you pull your wallet out, your purse out, you're about to spend $1, you're about to spend a peso, you're about to spend 10,000 pesos. Ask yourself how you feel. Am I grateful for what I'm spending this on? When I'm paying rent, oh my gosh, dude, the house that we live in, I'm so grateful, so peaceful. I pay way more rent than what I probably should and what I could get in Mexico for sure. But the place that I have is so worth it. The peace, the joy, the space, all of it that I get, all the experiences I get out of the money I'm spending, worth way more than the money itself. So I challenge you to pay very close attention every single time. I have, let me think how I want to go. There's one other technique I want to share, but I wanted to, the topic that was kind of given to me also was crypto trading for financial freedom. And once again, to repeat, you want to experience financial freedom, you want to experience consistent income, first work on your mindset. 1,000,000%, 1,000,000%. So I had patterns, and I chart. I can watch the patterns in the charts, and I relate the flow of markets to the ocean. Just like the ocean has tides that go out and come back in, and the breath goes out and comes back in, and the waves are like little fractals of the tides, right? In and out, in and out, in and out. The markets are no different. The markets are an example of the same flows that are everywhere. So the more you get in alignment with nature, with yourself, with true value or true space, true being, the easier it is to make money consistently with trading. So how can I add? I can't really add too much value without like bringing up a screen and saying, hey, when you see this in the market, this is what you should look for. The best thing I can say is look at those ebbs and flows. Just because your trading portfolio is down 80% does not mean that it's time to buy the dip. Let me tell you, in crypto, dips will keep dipping, okay? You're down 80, 90%, it can still go another 80, 90%. Trust me, from experience, okay? I just saw that last week. Actually, I saw so many people buy Luna at like 80 cents. And I'm like, oh, dude, perfect time to buy. This is a perfect example. If you don't know about the Luna situation, people bought it. It was like 7 days ago. It was at $120. Now it's at like 0.0006 cents or something like that. So sorry to everyone if you're in it. I avoided that one, thankfully. Didn't avoid other ones though.
What about UST?
UST, yeah, that's a whole other thing. So the key here is to detach. So I guess that's the way I'll take it. If you want to experience more abundance in the markets, you have to completely detach from the results. So first and foremost, what are your intentions? Okay, if your intentions are I just want to make money, I just want to get rich, good luck. You're gonna get really bored. What does making money mean? All right, let me give you $1,000. Cool, you made money. You good? You happy? Right? And mentally, a lot of times we don't know what our subconscious programming is around what's a lot of money when we make money, or we set a goal for that and then we receive $1. It's like subconsciously we did what we set the goal to do. So intentions are key. Like when I'm trading, when I'm investing, it's so much bigger than just, hey, I'm here to make a profit. There's things that we're doing. I'm working with Andrew. We're working to build a fund. We're working to build communities. There's other stuff I'm not going to mention right now because it's there's a couple of things I have NDA on. I think contracts are done, by the way. They're built in scarcity. But anyway, a lot of cool projects. But what I'm getting at is my intentions when I'm investing, when I'm trading, it's not to make money. It's wow, I see this investment as this is going to help me pay for this community. This is going to help me pay for this person's, I have a few people that work for me. I'm going to be able to pay for their salary. I'm going to be able to pay for their apartment, right? All these things, it's way bigger than the money. So if you want to make lots of money, build intentions that are way bigger than just the money. Okay, money is a tool, all right? Money's a tool. A hammer is a tool. You could build a house with a hammer. You could also beat someone up with a hammer, right? Does that make the hammer good or bad? No, it's a hammer, okay? Money is the same thing. It's just us silly humans, a lot of times we attach our value or other things to the amount of money that we have, okay? And so when we see money as simply a tool, it's not the only way to achieve things, right? It does make some things easier, but it isn't the only way, right? There's so many ways to achieve anything. So when we can detach from that, and we realize, okay, my intention for this money is not to just make money and brag on Instagram. Hey guys, I made $1 million this year off of Luna, shorting Luna maybe. It's about what we're gonna do with it, right? So abundance, first of all, change your spiritual thoughts, expand it, okay? Expand, don't limit yourself spiritually, okay? That's where we can keep growing infinitely and forever. Secondly, change your thought patterns. Be grateful for every dollar that comes in, every dollar that goes out, or peso or euro or whatever your currency is that you choose. And next thing is detach. Completely detach from the money. It's just a tool, okay? Like this cup is a tool, right? Am I going to attach my personal value to a cup? No, it's just a tool. It's to help me hold this water so I can drink it. Okay? Money is the same thing. Has nothing to do with you or your value or anything like that. It's just a tool. Okay? So detach from the money. Last thing I want to mention, I want to share a little NLP technique. Anybody here heard of NLP? Cool. Got some good ones. Cool. NLP is awesome. I teach some NLP. I'm not like practitioner. I'm not professional, but I have paid people to teach me. And one technique, it can be challenging if in our subconscious, okay, I want to detach from money, but I have all these negative experiences of when I lost money and I couldn't pay this and I was sad and all that. Well, there's this NLP technique called framing. The way it works, and I'm going to say this is specifically with crypto. If you are in crypto and your portfolio is way down and you're wondering, dude, what the heck am I going to do? Is it coming back? We want to detach all negative memories, all negative attachments to anything. Because if you're going to move forward and you're going to look at, hey, where do I invest? Where do I put my money next? How do I grow it? You cannot be living in the past yesterday, last year. I lost this money last time I did this, right? So framing. Recently I made a trade on gold and I lost the trade. And when I lost, every memory, we have like a little video that plays. Think of, everyone go to a spot, I'm not trying to think of anything think of something that happened a little bit recently, sort of negative. It could have been like you stubbed your toe, nothing crazy. And you can picture in your mind, there's a little video, a playback. Okay, so for me, losing this trade, I can see myself opening my phone. I can see that, I lost $4,000 in like 10 minutes. Okay, that is the memory that replays in my head. So framing, the idea is to take the emotional attachment away from this, because I had like, stupid, why did I make that trade? I shouldn't have done it. I take this little playback, this little video that's playing in my head, close my eyes, I picture the video playing over and over, just like a loop on social media or whatever. I then put a funny frame around it. Okay, you can make it whatever you want. Make it colorful. You can make it super like Greek. You can make it Tulum style where it's got like the trees going around you, but you put a frame around it. So now you're watching this video play over and over in your mind. So for me, I'm watching me pull out my phone. And I'm seeing the negative balance. And I see it repeat, right? And I see a frame. Now change the color in your mind of the video. Okay, so make it go black and white. Make it go sepia. Make it go really cartoony. Okay, change the colors to it. Now, once you've changed the color, I want you to imagine that video going up onto a wall in a nice art gallery, amazing art gallery. And then I want you to imagine this picture of this negative experience and up in the wall, in the art gallery, playing over and over in the silly frame, the silly colors that you created in your mind. And I want you to imagine a group of 50 people around it going, wow, oh, beautiful. And if you took a second to take the time to do this just now, then you'll notice like, whoa, any emotional attachment I just had this memory, it's way less. So framing is an amazing, amazing visualization technique that we can use to take any experience where we might have a negative emotional attachment. We can basically take that emotional attachment away so that it doesn't affect us in our future. So I think that's about it. Wrap it. I'll keep going. All right, sweet. Yeah, no, I love it. I could talk forever. I think for the moment, I want to open up with questions because questions always will inspire other thoughts. So is there any questions about spirituality, mindset, money, anything? Go ahead. Here, I'm going to give you the mic. So.
Pleasure, amazing speech. I think that we're all in this area where it makes sense because in Tulum, this is the vibe that we feel like, and everybody's finding like some spirituality inside of us. But there's also this economical part, right? We all want to work less, make more money, enjoy life, buy a nice condo. So what is for you in this whole mission, your concept of financial freedom?
Great question. Yeah, so to financial freedom to me, so if you guys didn't hear, is basically what is my concept of financial freedom? And I think that it expands. There's levels to it. Okay, the first level to me of financial freedom is being able to live without having to rely on anyone else or any company. If you can simply just create an income, even if it's just a weekly income, but it's just based from you and it's not from another company or another individual, that is like the first level of freedom. Of course, from there we can expand. Yeah, I have 10 yachts and I have 1 million properties all over the world. That's a whole other level. But a lot of people look at financial freedom as an end goal. And what I'm saying is to start looking at it as, well, first of all, you might, your end goal might be, X in the alphabet, right? You're not going to get there without going to A, B, C, D, E, F, G first, okay? So looking at it as steps, what's the first step or the next step that I know I'm starting to experience more financial freedom in my life? And maybe it is a condo. Okay, first, if I own one bedroom condo in Tulum, then I know that I'm at least going to that next level of freedom. But if any one of us say, okay, financial freedom means this to me, once again, we are going to limit ourselves, because you reach this. Emmanuel, good to see you. Everybody give it up for Emmanuel. He put this whole Crypto Fest together. The man himself, all by himself too. No help. Just kidding. But it's important to not put, hey, once I reach this, I've reached financial freedom. Because what if you're able to experience 20 levels higher? But mentally, we've limited ourselves because we said, oh, this is what financial freedom is. So first step I would say is get to a point where you don't have to rely on others for your income or to pay your bills or to eat. Then let's start to build it. Then start to experience, okay, how can I go to the next level? Maybe the next level is I have a couple properties. Okay, then the next level after that is I have communities and I have retreats around the world, right? So just take it level by level. Be open. Yeah, I'll give you the mic too.
Hey, I'm just interested to hear what is your strategy and how you're set up to minimize taxes for your crypto.
Great question. Yes, that's a great question. So crypto is cool because it's really easy to hide stuff. It's also really difficult if you don't know what you're doing. So for taxes, for me, the way I trade Forex, I trade currencies because the patterns are consistent. As you can see, crypto will go up, it'll go down. And so when I'm trading currencies, that's my consistent daily or weekly income, and I withdraw that in crypto. The key is to not have your identity attached to anything. If your identity is in an exchange and you have used that exchange to send money or receive money, then you just know that whatever government, whatever country you're from, they're watching that. They know your wallets, they know where you've sent money to, where you've received it, and they know that's your account because you verified your identity. So first thing is, I personally don't verify my identity on the exchanges that I trade on. Next thing is, there are different ways. I'm not a tax professional. I'm in Mexico, so I'm just gonna say it just plainly. Cool, I don't care. Apparently it's really hard to sue someone in Mexico, so. Anyway, here's an example of how I have hidden money before. Trading, make money, okay, now I have 1 Bitcoin. I wanna hide this Bitcoin. So what I do is I'll send this to an exchange and I'll trade it for, let's say, Ethereum. I don't really like Ethereum because the fees are too high, but let's just say everyone knows Ethereum. What I then do is I create another, and this is attached to my identity, let's say. So I made this Bitcoin in a trading account attached to my identity. So I'm looking to hide this. I can then create another wallet with a VPN, privacy, all that, and an Ethereum wallet not attached to my identity, okay? So I trade my Bitcoin for Ethereum. Now this other wallet, maybe I put in $100, I buy some silly NFT, okay? Some weird NFT that is never gonna gain or increase in value. What I then do is this wallet where I have this Ethereum from the Bitcoin that I made, I will then purchase this $100 NFT, but I will instead spend, what is 1 Ethereum? It's like what, 10 Ethereum, or I don't know, how many Ethereum to 1 Bitcoin right now? 15, something? 15, okay, so 15 Ethereum right now, approximately to 1 Bitcoin. So I traded my 1 Bitcoin, I have 15 Ethereum in this wallet that is attached to my name, Cody Faust. I then, this other wallet not attached to my name, I purchased this $100 NFT for 15 Ethereum. So Cody Faust and Cody Faust's wallet purchased this $100 NFT. He's gonna try to post it up on the market and sell it for 15 Ethereum, but no one's gonna buy it for 15 Ethereum. So now Cody Faust, the original wallet, just had a 15 Ethereum loss. Yeah. Tax write-off. Dang it, lost the money. But you see in the other wallet that is mine, where my identity is not attached to, I have 15 Ethereum. I just made from myself. So now this is not attached to my identity, and if you really want to delete data, you don't want any attachment to whatever transactions or anything, just simply transfer the coins into a privacy coin. A good exchange for this that doesn't verify identity is called AscendX. ASCEND, AscendEX.com, I think. Use a VPN. Say you're in Mexico. If you're in Mexico, you don't need a VPN, obviously, but or anywhere around the world. Don't have to verify your identity. And You can trade your money or any coin into something like Pirate Chain, Monero, what's another one, Zcash. These coins do not keep track of any transaction data, the amount, where it goes to, where it comes from, anything like that. So simply putting your money into that, then of course, the stuff you've learned about non-custodial wallets, store it on your computer, and you officially have money that no one knows you have. So there are other ways to do this, and I will tell you that as time goes on, it's going to be more and more difficult to do this. I will also tell you that, like Andrew said, the market isn't a free fall. So I personally right now, not financial advice, but I have only 15% of all my capital that I have available for myself to invest into crypto, only 15% is actually in coins right now. I'm waiting for the market to stop falling, which could be a month, it could be 8 months. To where I can then deploy that capital. I'm buying a little bit as things go down, but there's no sign of it stopping right now. Andrew said Bitcoin could go to 18 to 20K. In 2017, in December, it hit 20K, and it retraced to about 3,400. That's an 85% drop. If Bitcoin's recent high is 69,000, and if it goes down 85%, that's $10,000. So is that possible? Oh yeah, totally. I think Bitcoin, it could be possible that Bitcoin could go to 3,000 to 4,000. I think what I'm expecting right now, what I'm looking at is about 20K to retest that previous high, and I'll see what it does there. I'm not going to say that it's going to go lower. It's more of in the moment. It's being willing to move my bias based off of the data that I'm given, which is to me is week to week basis. Another thing, if you're in charts, you watch charts. If you know what charts are. In crypto, I do not look at anything less than the daily. Daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, and barely even the daily. Usually it's weekly, monthly, yearly crypto charts. You really want to make money in crypto, have a plan, 5-year, 10-year plan. That's where wealth is created. Just know, I know with all my being, crypto will come back and all the coins are actually doing things and creating value. That's the other thing, is make sure you're not putting your money into things that are not doing anything. Sorry, but Dogecoin, it's really not doing much, Elon Musk tweeted about it and accepted stuff for Tesla. Now they don't even use it anymore for Tesla. So keep your money in things that are actually creating value, and everything that is actually building and creating value will come back, and will come back way stronger. I believe Bitcoin will go to 1.5 million at least. I think that other cryptocurrencies will experience the same kind of run as well. But does that mean next year? No, it doesn't matter, right? For me, it could be 10 years, it could be 15 years. I don't care, right? We don't need to be rich tomorrow. But the thing is we have this opportunity. This is literally freedom of finances coming to the world. It's not going to happen overnight. There's been thousands of years that the earth and people have been held in financial captive. Okay, thousands and thousands of years. So don't expect just over 10 years, all of a sudden everyone's rich and everyone's at peace and it's happy forever. There's going to be bumps along the road. So that was a little tangent. Yeah, go ahead.
Just curious, because I'm curious how you would speak to the perceived value of the U.S. dollar in comparison to Bitcoin. You said maybe it would go to 1.5 million at some point, but what would the U.S. dollar be doing, and how do you work on that psychology and explain that to humans?
Amazing. So I would say $1.5 million in today's US dollar value. Now, obviously, we're experiencing crazy inflation throughout the entire world. A lot of people just say, oh, the US dollar, they're printing money. Japan is ruining their currency way more than the US dollar. If you guys haven't seen the markets, the Japanese yen is tanking. Okay, so what's the perceived value of a dollar when Bitcoin hits 1.5 million? To me, if we add in inflation, Bitcoin could go to 3 or 5 million or more. But it's going to be interesting. They're going to keep printing money, but they're going to keep doing things because they know that the governments know that crypto is kind of taking power away from the Federal Reserves. It's been a program. They programmed a lot of people to say, hey, you need US dollars to buy anything in this world. And so the more people start to realize that, hey, I actually don't just need the US dollar to purchase anything in this world. I can actually use Bitcoin. I've paid rent many times at Bitcoin here. No problem. You probably could too. Just ask your landlord. And yeah, once we start to detach, then we won't have to look at it as what's my Bitcoin dollar value going to be? It's going to be different. So yeah, that's hard to answer, but with inflation, 3, 5, 10 million, I think.
it was also just the psychology of like keeping track of your portfolio in USD versus
Yeah,
Bitcoin.
exactly.
Yeah.
See, you can see even for me, it's natural. Like I still kind of come back to like, okay, how many USD did I make? You know, so even me, I got to work on reprogramming that. Luckily, the platform that I trade on, you can actually denominate your winnings in Bitcoin. So you're not looking at, oh, did I win US dollars or euros or whatever? It's how much Bitcoin did I earn. So, yeah.
So at the moment, you're saying obviously we're valuing BTC in US dollars, USDT. What do you see happening in terms of maybe CBDCs or what might be an alternative valuation in the future? And if we're going to continue to drop to 12,000, say, how would you hedge if there was going to be, just say, if the catalyst for it dropping so quickly was a collapse of the US economy or US dollar? Would you be completely removing yourself from USDT, or what would you be putting your money into? So I guess there's two questions.
Yeah, super good question. So for me, if I'm looking to just keep my capital safe and not lose it, I have to look at the coins that exist, the stable coins that exist. Yeah, okay, we thought we could, hey, we just put my money in a stable coin, and if you look at UST, if you guys have all heard of that in the last little bit, I think it's worth maybe 20 cents now. It got down to like even lower than that. So everyone who thought they had dollar value, they actually only had like 20 cents value of what they put in. I look at every company that is, at least in the United States, that is regulated. Anywhere there's regulation, you can basically, at least in crypto, you can expect that it will continue to exist. So the safest place to put your money, in my opinion, is going to be USDC, because USDC comes from Coinbase, and Coinbase is regulated. It's traded on the stock market. So that means that the US government watches it. USDT is not regulated. I still believe that USDT is safe, but I will say after the UST situation, I did move a lot of USDT into USDC just to be extra safe personally. You can do that on, there's USDC on different chains. So I personally keep mine on Solana chain. So I love Solana. And yeah, that's what I would say. So if you want to make sure, like absolute sure your money is safe, especially with this UST thing that just happened, I personally, the way I'm putting my money is USDC. But keep it liquid, keep it in a safe place, ready to buy.
And don't use Coinbase.
Don't use Coinbase. Yeah, no, they have your ID.
Yeah.
Well, I was just going to say another thing for Coinbase. Just recently, they announced so the share price of Coinbase has dropped like 50%, and they just recently mentioned that they could actually use any money that's stored on Coinbase in the case of a default to pay out their loans.
Right.
This happened just in the last week or so.
Don't use it.
Thanks for letting me know. I didn't know that till now. So there you go. So yeah, don't keep it on Coinbase. This is the key here: non-custodial wallets. Okay, Binance. If your money's on Binance, it's a custodial wallet. You don't own your money. If your money's in Coinbase, you don't have your money. You don't own it. Okay. Yogi earlier said, what was it? Bitwarden. Bitwarden's a good one. Phantom wallet is great. That's only Solana chain. I also use Exodus. Exodus is a great one. Exodus I can put on my phone. A lot of people will tell you like, hey, get a Ledger, get a Trezor, and I do think that that's great. But I honestly think that that's like end of world type of thing. It's like, oh, EMP and the internet's down. But it's like if the internet's down, you're not going to use your debit card or anything else anyway. So I don't personally have a Trezor or Ledger just because convenience. I don't want to lose that and then my money's gone. I've seen many people do that. I personally I keep mine on Exodus. I store my passwords in the cloud, in safe places, triple password protected, all that. There's ways to be safe. So yeah. Any questions?
You can also lose your Ledger and it's fine.
Yeah, you can also if you back your codes up, you're good. Yeah, but I don't risk that. I'm a lot less likely to use my computer or to lose my phone than to lose a little USB drive. So yeah.
So I want to know what it is that you teach. Like you teach people how to trade. You teach them how to make money. What does that include?
Thanks, Mia. This is my love, Mia. Always got my back and plugging me. Yeah, so I teach market patterns, of course. I teach how to recognize the ebbs and the flows of the market, the breath in, the breath out, the tides, the waves of the markets. There's different signals, different techniques. I, at my best, I'm 74% profitable, meaning out of 10 trades, I can win 7.4. Some of my good friends are up to like 90%. They don't teach nearly as good as me, or they don't teach at all. So I'm one of the best. The reason why I'm such a good teacher and why I have so much success in teaching people how to make money is because I go in on the mindset. Everyone that works with me in my program, we have them work one-on-one with my hypnotherapist, Maria. If you guys have been in Tulum for a while, you might know Swedish Maria. She's blonde. She's been doing hypnotherapy for like 15 years. She's amazing. And I also teach NLP techniques. So the framing one earlier that I was mentioning to you, that's a visualization technique. I teach so many other things similar to that to start to program our mind for abundance. So I teach the market patterns a little bit, and then we go in on mindset. Okay, now that you know a little bit how to trade, like let's go in and let's create an abundant mindset, and then let's come back to trading and put rules on it. Okay, I follow my rules, I only trade if this happens. I make sure I'm in a good, positive, abundant mindset to trade. But yeah, in the end, we're recognizing what I teach people to do is to recognize patterns, not only in the markets to profit on, but to recognize their thought patterns as well, so that we can shift them to be empowering and be abundant. I'm really successful. I've taught many people to make. I've been coaching now for a year and a half. I've been trading for about just under 6 years. And I've taught in the last year and a half many people to make hundreds of thousands of dollars. I got one person who just barely reached $1 million in their trading account after I coached him for about 3.5 months. So I love to teach more 7-8 figure traders. What I do works. It's fractals. The thing is once you recognize it, you can trade on any time frame with any dollar amount. I trade consistently Forex. Forex is like my day-to-day because and I denominate all my money in crypto. So the way I see it is I'm trading these old currencies, making profit, and withdrawing that money from the old system and putting it into the new system, into crypto. So I like to see that as like a little digital pirate, if you will. I teach patterns. Yeah. Any other questions? Spirituality. Oh yeah.
Okay, so I notice out of my friends, they say like you have to put yourself around people that are doing different things, but I still have quite a creative friends that are really into the spirituality with their altars and stuff like that. But I'm always one of my friends that has that balance of spirituality and investing, and I don't know how to get them into it. And I know that they all benefit from me having that knowledge and buying properties and building a community. But then I want that if I'm going to be helping them provide a job for them, like I want them to be able to not rely on me to always give. So what is a good way to like get them to open up their mind and get into it? And also they always say that like women don't get into it as much because they're always afraid of safety, and like I'm very masculine that way. Like I'm just, I could do it. I'm like, let's do it. If it works, I'm gonna try it. But yeah, so hopefully.
Yeah, that's a tough one. So, when I coach people, it's they're coming to me like ready for shift. Hey, like I'm ready to go to the next level. I just don't know how. So let's do it. So first thing I would say is they gotta want to. They gotta want to shift. I make sure we're the product of our surroundings for the most part. So I make very, very sure that I'm surrounding myself with people that have a similar mindset and are looking to expand also. So that's what I would say. And I give myself space, from those people, especially if they're family, if they are contracting or they're not going the same direction I am. With love, I love everyone, but the reason I love everyone is because I love myself first. I fill my cup first. I can't give water from an empty well, right? So we always put ourselves first. So if you want to inspire that into someone, the key is to, first thing I would go into their beliefs of money, because a lot of people think money is evil. So many people in this world are like, oh, it's money. Like, if I'm rich, I must be evil. No. We talked about a hammer again earlier. Money is a tool, right? A hammer. You can build a house or you can beat someone up. Does that make a hammer good or bad? No, it's a hammer. If you leave it on the ground, you don't touch it, it's not going to do anything, right? Money is the same thing. Literally the same thing. Start looking at money as a toolbox. So I would say start to look at their beliefs about money first. Ask them, how do they view money? If someone inherently sees, anyone with money is evil, a lot of people think that. All billionaires are evil. A lot of people believe that. But if they believe that, then of course they're going to give themselves resistance around money. simply, because they think it's evil. So that would be the best way. Yeah.
Can you please repeat your contact information?
Contact, yeah. Reach out to me on Instagram at The Ascended Trader. It's a brand. I'm not The Ascended Trader. I'm not ascended, but I'm working on it.
You're pretty ascended.
Thank you for your talk so far. So you mentioned patterns before. My question would be, how do you see the patterns that haven't happened in your lifetime, like the big movements, potentially, might be some war, other things happening right now? So what's your opinion, and where do you see the market in the next 6 to 12 months?
Crypto specifically, or all markets? Okay, the whole world, all the markets. Yeah, I think that you and every one of us, we chose to be here, present in this world at this time, to facilitate shift, or to assist in facilitating shift and change, because we really are, the world's changing. It's changing forever. But also, this is a pattern. The precession of the equinoxes, patterns. This just happened. So yes, how do you perceive patterns that have happened? How do we predict? First and foremost, what I like to do is look at the patterns, connect myself with all the patterns that happen in the world. And let's think about that. What patterns exist? Because if I can connect myself with the natural patterns, everything is natural. Even the markets are just a reflection of human thoughts, feelings, emotions, right? All markets. And I notice when I'm trading currencies, there's the emotions of those individuals, like if I'm trading the US dollar versus the Japanese yen, or if I'm trading Bitcoin versus the US dollar, we get the emotions of all the people that are in Bitcoin and the emotions of all the people in the US dollar, and it comes out into a market. So if I can tune in to all the patterns that exist in nature, then it's going to be easier for me to tune in to the patterns that exist within my own life or within the market. So what I would say is, what did Tim Leary say? Turn off, tune in, something like that. I don't know. Super cool. But spend time in nature, watch the ocean, for real. Meditate, do breath work, stuff like that. When you get into those patterns, watch the planetary patterns. They've been existing for really since this Earth has existed, right? So when we see those patterns, we can see that everything has ebbs and flows. The seasons, the tides, the waves, our breath, everything has ebbs and flows. And so when we are more open to those patterns that are everywhere in nature, then we can look at the markets and we can see, okay, what it's ebbing or it's flowing. I don't know if any of you are in the stock market right now, or maybe some in the crypto market or anything. If we take all emotion out of it, you can see the stock market has been doing this. It dipped in the US stock market. I'm going to say all stock markets because they're kind of all following this thing. It dipped when COVID happened, and then it's just been going up, up, up. What happens when a wave comes in? Does it just stay in and just like eternal wave just on the? No, it comes back out. Okay, so this is what's happening with the market. So it's come up, everything's got to come back down. A lot of people are like, well, what about war and financial crash and all that? Well, yeah, there's going to be a massive shift in power, but it is very naive to think that this is going to happen in the next 2-3 years. So what I would say is, I have a lot of answers to this. How do you perceive the patterns? We can create our world, and I would say start focusing on what you want to create, what you're envisioning in your life. So for instance, you did mention war, and to me, I think that just by mentioning war, by looking at the news and looking at stuff like that, I'm not even going to say the word again, but our attention is energy. Anything that we give our attention to, our thoughts, our eyes, we're touching something, we are giving it energy. So if there's something that maybe you don't want to experience, loss, human life, or loss financially, don't focus on loss and don't look at the markets going down. You can create. The cool thing as a trader is whether it's going up or it's going down, I can make money either way. I can short something and I can buy it and go up. It doesn't matter. So when I detach from that and I can see I'm connected with the patterns in nature, okay, I'm not emotionally attached to whether something's going up or down. I'm not breathing in and try to hold this breath forever because it's my favorite breath. I don't want to let it go, right? If I let that go and realize that everything flows, then it gets really easier to see those patterns. So I think you also kind of wanted me to say, hey, what do I think is going to happen over this next year? So I'll say that too. I think the S&P 500, that's like one of the biggest. You can look at the S&P and the NASDAQ for the U.S. stock market, and that'll kind of tell you what the whole thing's going to do. Last time I looked, I saw a support level at like 3,500. So I'm expecting there, but I think it could easily go down to like 2,500, 2,700. Things have always happened, it dips. And the cool thing is after it dips, it's naive to think, oh, the U.S. economy is going to crash forever. it's a pretty freaking big economy. It's not gonna just crash forever and die. Like it's gonna take a whole lot for that to happen. Eventually it probably will, but I don't think anytime soon. So yeah, if you're buying anything right now, you might be attached to your portfolio. Simple as that. If you just zoom out, you look at the chart, you can easily see, oh, it was going up and now it's going down. So you don't want to buy something as it's going down. But when it starts to come back up a little bit, that would be a good time to start buying. So do I know what's going to happen next 6 to 12 months? No, but I'm watching, I'm waiting. I'm kind of on the side right now on some things. So. Yeah, cash, but if I see an opportunity to short something, I will. Right now, I think the price of oil is going to go to $150 a barrel within the next month or two. It's at like $100, so there's one thing you could do. But yeah, the S&P 500, I can look up short selling, but basically I can short sell it so I can make money if it goes down. So that's what I'm kind of doing with the S&P 500 right now.
Yes, there are a lot of predictions about the central bank, everything globally falling apart, and you think that's possible, but you don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. What is your projection on the time, and also what would take its place?
Yeah, good question. So I think it will happen, yes, but these things have been going on for thousands of years. These people who are in power and have had a lot of power and created the Federal Reserve systems around the world, they've been doing this for a long time, and they have a lot of financial backing. So it's really, and they've been planning stuff for years, hundreds of years, you could even say. And so that's why I would say it's really naive to think that that's just going to crash and die immediately. Is it possible? Yeah. See, that's the thing, is because I am not emotionally attached to one way or the other, I can step back and say, hey, like let's actually see what's going on. What does the data say? Where are things actually trending? So I think that a lot of pain has to be seen for then a new system to really say, hey, this is it. So I do believe that a lot of pain will be seen, meaning a lot of markets will go down a lot. It's probably already started a little bit within the next couple of years. But I don't think the system that these people are going to present is going to be basically a digital version of the system we currently have, in my opinion. Where I think this is going, how do we, us here in Tulum, us hippies, how do we react? How do we do it? I think that the most powerful thing we can do is to create communities and have just little communities all over the world. Define little. Little could be 100 people, it could be 1,000, it could be 10 people, right? But small communities where everyone is taken care of in that community. You don't have to rely on an outside economy, an outside sewage system or electricity. Everything is just, everyone's taken care of in the community. I think that's what part of why we're here. And so that's one of my big focuses, is community. Yeah, sovereignty. So the more that we can work on our individual sovereignty, looking at everything we do, look at our banking, look at our phone service, look at electricity, where we live, all that, as much as we can, making it so that we're not relying on anything or anyone else. Then when this crash happens, it's like, who cares? I got solar panels on my house in the jungle. It doesn't matter. So what about gold and silver? Yeah. They're good, and I do think that commodities, because a lot of people have held their value in gold and silver in the past, I do think they will increase. I think gold will hit $3,000 in the next probably 5 years, 10 years. I think silver will probably go to $100 in the next 5-10 years. But I also believe that crypto has really shown that people can attribute value. Their value can go wherever people attribute it to. And so there are enough people with Bitcoin specifically, but crypto in general, behind that are attributing that value to it, that it's not going to go anywhere. So what I see is, I see two worlds, okay? And mentally, we're choosing by our thought patterns, by our feelings about ourselves, by our emotions, we can tune in to whichever world we feel. So if you're feeling down and depressed, you're going to look at more of the world as, oh, everything's crashing and dying. See, but my world is expanding constantly, always. Like, I keep making more money. It's like I don't know what to do with all the money that I keep making. Just keep giving away, keep building stuff. I keep making new relationships, like new friendships, new experiences. So when we're focused on that expansion, we can create our own individual world. So if you're worried about a crash and you're thinking about that and your consciousness is going there, you're going to manifest more of that in your life. You're going to see that in your life. But if you're focused on abundance, expansion, all that, same thing. You'll see that too. So, yeah. Cool. I've been going. I could keep going. Yeah, of course.
Thanks, Benny. This is great talk. I really appreciate it. It's kind of like you're like more information is coming as you talk.
Yeah.
So I run a company called Econoday, and we track economic indicators around the world. So for algo traders and for forex traders, and we have a product for commodities now that we've launched, and precious metals that we've launched. And my roadmap is economic indicators for crypto, right? And so I'm here to learn about what that may be.
Yeah.
You talk about the patterns and about the charting and stuff like that. So is there anything, whether it's social media trending or wallet or what smart contracts, or what exactly are those types of indicators? And I'm not asking for all of them right now.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
take it offline. But,
Okay.
but yeah, I'm interested.
Good question. Yeah. Crypto, whether it's going up or down, the overall. Whew, awake now. Crypto, whether it's going up or down, is always changing, moment to moment. So to really be in it, what I would like to do, I'd love to have a whole research team for indicators. I just don't have the space or the time right now. What I would say, if I were to build a team that is providing indicators, I need people who are on social media all the time, specifically Twitter, because crypto is on Twitter. That is the social media of crypto for sure. Always the new projects, like following every important project, every influencer, and seeing what they're tweeting. I also am really good with like blockchain research, and there's websites that show like new projects that are up and coming on different blockchains. So being really, really aware of what those websites are, being really, really aware of when they post, and then even going as deep. So crypto for me it is pattern recognition a bit, but because the market's still so kind of new, we don't have a lot of history, right? With Forex and stocks and stuff, we can go off of historic data. We don't have that with crypto. So it's more fundamentals, I would say, for sure. So also that means looking at the GitHub. Okay, so GitHub is where it's a repository where developers post all their stuff. You probably know GitHub, but I would be on all these projects that I'm watching, these websites that are building new projects. I would have someone always watching GitHub. What's being updated? What's being created there? So yeah, we could talk more for sure. So finished? All right, cool. Any last questions? Wrap it up? Cool. We'll just wrap it up. All the love to you guys. Thank you for your time. Yeah.